and welcome to Crystal Crafts with Dee. Today I'd like to do a different kind of video. I am going to do a comparison video on square versus round. So I have already done the square of this particular one. Now they are both the same image, they are the same size, and they are from the same supplier. So they are both from Diamondxpres. They are 40 by 50. And as you can see, I've already done the square and it has turned out absolutely brilliant. And I'm about to get started on the round. So very, very interesting. The first difference I can tell you right now is that the round is on double-sided tape and the square was on what they call hybrid. So it feels like poured glue. And it was beautiful to work with. So it'd be interesting on that front that this particular one is on double-sided tape. Also, your round one has 35 colors and your square one has 34. That's because they are different sizes. And the colors are different too. Your DMC colors are quite different. So that's going to be really interesting to see if the effect is exactly the same or if there's going to be some variations. So this is going to be pretty cool. I've wanted to do this sort of thing for a long time and I finally got the chance to do it. So I am going to get started on this round one. I will show you some works in progress of that and then we will head on through to the finished product and compare the two. So without further ado, I'm going to get stuck into it and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I'm all finished with my round diamond painting with this one. This was great fun to do. I really enjoyed it. It came up pretty quick actually, and I had no issues at all with this diamond painting. Being a double-sided adhesive diamond painting though, I did have some rivers and a little bit of bubbling, which I will show you an example of here. And all I did was I got a like a Stanley knife, box cutter, that sort of thing, and I just lightly scored across the river on the canvas, and then I put the clear sheeting back over, gave it a bit of a rub, and it flattened down beautifully. So that problem was fixed. And with Diamondxpres though, they won't be doing any more double-sided adhesive or hybrids anymore. They have moved to poured glue on all of their canvases, which is really, really good. But the drills on this one, they were brilliant. I had no problems whatsoever with the drills, the grid, everything. This was really, really good to work with. So I will zoom in and you can have a bit of a closer look. So in we go. So you can see that sort of the colors have come up really, really well. Looks very nice. It was great to work with actually. I really enjoyed doing this diamond painting. So let's zoom out and let's get on to the comparison bit. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Okay, so this one was the round one. So we've got the round on your left and we have the square on the right. And I do apologize, I cannot fit them on my table or on my camera because my camera's as high as it can go. But anyway, you get the general gist. So really, really interesting, the difference between the two. You've got, for example, if I move that over a bit, you've got your big pink heart there versus this heart there. Your round one will be a bit more pixelated, and interestingly the colors were quite different as well. They only shared 7 colors, DMC colors. The rest of them were all different DMCs, which I thought was quite interesting. But you can sort of see I've taken some pictures of some comparisons of certain parts of this diamond painting, but you can see that regardless of whether you go square or round, you're going to get good results. One thing I thought was really interesting was in the square you had this pale orange color in there a lot, actually, and you didn't have that color at all in this one. So the round one had a lot more yellow as opposed to the pale orange on your square diamond painting. So basically with your squares and your rounds, we had 34 colors in the square, 35 in the round. So your round drills are bigger than your square drills. And when you are diamond painting onto that background, you've got your squares, they sit flatter, they cover that background, whereas you have gaps with the rounds. So you're going to get a more pixelated sort of picture. Your rounds have more shine and more sparkle. Don't know if you can see that there. Whereas your squares are a bit more glossy. In your squares, you'll also get more depth and more shading as opposed to your rounds. And you get a bit more detail as well with your squares. But having said that, I think they both turned out beautifully. Really like both of them. So what I'll do is I'll use that pink heart as an example, and I will zoom in and you can have a look at that one in the square. Let me bring him over. So that's the heart in the square, and if I can bring the other guy over. Can I get him in the same shot? Yeah, so your slight color variation there. Interestingly, you've got a lot of purples in there versus purple, pink, cream in there. It's just interesting. I think they both turned out beautifully, but it's interesting when you compare them too, to see which one has more depth and which one has more color, that sort of thing. I'll zoom you back out again. Also, like your background shading is far more pixelated, so you can see on this bit here versus that bit over there. Yeah, but I think they both turned out beautifully. So it is really personal preference when it comes to squares versus rounds. Squares, you have to be much more particular when you put them down. Because if you get them all crooked, it sets all of them out. Whereas with rounds, it's a lot quicker. You can just boom, 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 boom. Both of them were very confetti-ish. There's lots and lots of confetti. Lots of confetti, but I think it turned out beautiful and it was warranted. So, yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, so there you go. It's personal preference. Do you prefer the square? Hang on, let me put him that way. Square versus the round. Personally, I prefer the square, but I like them both. I like both of them. I think they both turned out really well. I love the use of the colors. I absolutely love the image, and I had a wonderful opportunity to be able to do this comparison by getting both of these designs in your square and your round. So that was pretty cool. I quite like that. So there you go, square or round, which one do you like? So thank you so much for watching my video, and I will hopefully do another comparison video further on down the track, because I want to do a small versus a large. But that won't be for a little while, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled out for that one. And anyway, thank you so much for watching my video, and I will catch you next time. Bye!